Constellations has profoundly changed my life. Before meeting Constellations, I was a very successful entrepreneur, and I owned my own hair salon in Philadelphia, and I worked for a hair care manufacturer, and I was very sought out after, and you know, I was flown all over the world to do hair shows and fashion week, and I would fly my salon team all over the world with me. You had to have a passport to work with me. And one of my clients suggested I go to a constellation retreat, and I had no idea what it was, what it meant. Maybe something to do with astrology. I have no idea. But she was a good client of mine, and she was a body worker, a healer, and I would see her every 2 weeks. So I figured I'd go check it out. It was a good recommendation. And when I arrived at this retreat and met the constellation field for the first time, I was absolutely blown away. I was mesmerized. I knew in that moment that I had just experienced something profound. I had just engaged with something truly magical, outside of space and time, multidimensional, and I had to be a part of it. I had to understand this thing. I needed to interact with this. And the facilitator of the retreat, who is actually Andrea Bosbach, she approached me and asked me would I like to study this. And without hesitation, I was like, yes, I want to study this. And now years later, I am fortunate enough, after many years of studying and practicing, I host my own retreats and for groups. And I use this work as well in individual group work. And I've seen so much profound healing results, not only for my clients and in the group workshops that I hold, but within myself. Each and every workshop, each and every time I am with a client in a one-on-one session, or even in my own self-healing journey, my own maintenance, my own private rituals that I do for myself and my ancestors and the family soul, I discover something new about myself. I discover something new about the healing field, about constellations, about my ancestors, about the ancestral field, about the family soul, about consciousness, about how all of this is woven together and how we can interact with it and how it can change and affect our lives. And this is only just the tip of the iceberg of how Constellations has touched me and how profound it has changed my life. Yes, I still do hair. A very small portion of my life now is dedicated to hair. I think it's something that will always be a part of my life. It is part of my ancestry. My ancestors were all hairstylists, and if you go far back enough, if you wanted to get your hair cut, you would go see the village shaman. The shamans were the only ones who were able to cut the hair of the indigenous villagers. And that's because indigenous people knew that the hair is an extension of your nervous system. And so when you're getting your hair cut or getting your hair washed or having someone working on you in a physical body way, especially with the hair, you're engaging with someone's nervous system, and there's a lot of information that is stored in the nervous system. There's a lot of energy exchange that happens when you're dealing with someone as far as doing their hair. And so now I still do hair, but I do it in a much deeper capacity than ever before. And this is another a way that Constellations has changed the way I look at life